Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to battle on the PyroXV map, and we're following Pyro from 1AR clan in the Leopard 1. He's platooned with CT Endeavour and 8mate from 1AR as well. As we know, on the PROC map, the 1-2 line is one of the battlegrounds, but doesn't reward pushing. The hill is also another battleground for medium tanks, but here we can see Pyro's coming to the 1-2 line. So 8mate has gone up there with his light tank to try and spot targets. Nothing spotted so far. Oh, there we go. Object 260 in the middle. Okay, now just seeing what Pyro's doing here. This is a technique that Skill has mentioned several times. You shoot this particular tree here in the right spot and it makes it fall back into the map. And that tree is actually outside the map line, but you can shoot it and gives you just a bit of extra cover there. So that wasn't necessarily the ideal way, and there you go. Pyro's been spotted, but clear by who at this stage. And the Leopard PTA next to him took a shot, so obviously he got spotted as well. And there's some blind shots coming in now, so it's unspotted of course, but yeah, it's obviously something down there firing, and also staying unspotted while they're firing, which is a good trick. Mate, losing a lot of health just there. And his team's already lost their first tank. So anyway, Pyro retreats back to this hold down position here, well out of the way. There is an arty on each side, luckily only one, and it hasn't been touched by the arty yet, so you know, just relocating here, deciding that yeah, that wasn't a safe place to be. Obviously with the Leopard, you've got a pretty magnificent gun, high alpha, and he managed to get a side shot into that object 260. Who just paid the price for just poking a bit too high above the ridge. I'm not sure what his ambition was there, but that's been a problem. Now, Pyro's team have now lost 3 tanks altogether. They've only managed to get one of the enemy, and so a lot of their heavy tanks that were there on the 5-6 line are now out of the game, and they've basically given up the hill as well. So a couple of casualties on the hill and one or two on the 5-6 line, and they're down 4 tanks. But now Pyro is managing to put shots into the enemy light tank, and that's gone down, so they're starting to pull back a little bit. They're significantly behind in hit points here. So one whole side of the map basically that given up, and they're being pushed slowly down into the corner. Now that's not normally a winning strategy, but if you keep your vision up and you've got enough guns in the corner, you can do a lot of damage on the way in, and that might be enough to hold them off. But so we'll see what happens. The enemy will need to start pushing if they're going to take advantage of their map position, and that will again expose them to the fire. So they've still got plenty of guns in the game, and that's probably the main thing at this stage of the game. Obviously the main goal is to stay unspotted, otherwise you're going to cop a beating really quickly. So here comes the first one, Type 61. Pretty squishy tank in any case. Enemy Leopard 1 up there on the hill, and he's going to cop it as well. So Pyro putting in a lot. Oh, someone's got a nice ammo rack on him, but that lets Pyro pick up the tracking damage. Now the 60 TP there obviously got spotted through that, and he's taken a bit of hammering. Now they've got tanks on the inside of the railway line, so this is what I meant about keeping them spotted and getting the targets. So Pyro now here effectively double bushed. He's not going to get spotted, at least from that side of the map, and he can just keep farming these tanks coming in. Now unfortunately the ricochet off the VZ55 can be a pretty bouncy tank. It is a heavy tank of course, but Now they've got a very aggressive object coming towards them. Well, he was until he got ammo racked by the 60 TP, so the 60 TP player having a bit of fun there. And here we go, he's found another one, but he did get spotted there, and there you go, that's what I mean. 3 shots in quick succession. And now he's got to get out of here. And he's unspotted now, but they need to really get rid of that Object 260. It's also pushed up underneath the berm. And I'm not sure if this is going to work. Is he going to get exposed up here? Okay, there's a dead tank to hide behind, and this tree will give a bit of camo. Now, hopefully you're aware that fallen trees give more camo than standing trees, so that's one of the reasons for pushing them over. Not sure that falling telegraph poles give any camo, but they certainly will give away your position. Alright, so they've equalised the tanks here, but they're significantly down, 6k down in hit points. And in fact, the enemy just needs to light them up, and there you go. In comes Marty, and that's just punished CT Endeavour. But at this point, you just want the enemy to push in and get lit. Go. IS-32 pays the price of pushing, and this is what I mean about if you can maintain vision and you can stay unspotted, you can farm quite a lot of damage on the way in, as long as you've got sufficient guns to do that. So it's only been, what are we looking at now? We're at the 8-minute mark, so we're just getting close to the halfway stage of a 15-minute battle. And it's really almost endgame here. There you go, finally the Kunze-Panzer pushes in. It takes a bit of a hammering, but they manage to get rid of the TBP as part of that without losing another tank. So it's equalised the tanks again, and they've still got a significant hit point lead. That does make a huge difference if your tanks in the game have got both the penetration and the alpha to deal with it. Alright, so they get rid of the Kunze-Panzer, so it was a good get. He was trying to light them up. And now here's the Object 260. Yeah, that was not going to work, he was pulling back, but that's more of a timing issue. Alright, so they've got one heavy tank left, just the T10. A lot of mediums, oh well, one less medium than they had before, and one TD. So clearly the PTA got spotted and taken out. I think it was only on 3 hit points sitting up there. And the standard B not even getting spotted while shooting, so something was lighting them up. Or the standard B was spotting and then pulling back to get double bush before firing, which is clearly the technique you can use. Alright, so it's the Object 260 again. Not going to get a penetration from that angle, from where Pyro is, but he did cop a few shots there. So he's been reduced quite significantly in hit points. And now it's just a matter of being patient here. Again, this particular map does not reward aggressive behaviour unless you've got a whole bunch of tanks backing you up and you can overwhelm the flank. But in this case, they're all in one corner, so they've got lots of guns. They can all fire simultaneously and wipe out a tank pretty quickly, assuming they will focus properly. Oh, there goes Artie. Almost took out CT Endeavour there. So clearly he was lit, or at least the Artie's aiming at positions last spotted, which is obviously possibly the most likely outcome there. Now it's just ticking down into the last 5 minutes of the game. And here comes the M451. So you can see Pyro pulling back to get double pushed. Unfortunately, just hit the full front face of the tank there, not managed to go through. To see where the AMX M4 was, right on the edge of the range, so I'm not going to get into too much trouble firing at that, assuming that there's no closer tank. Of course, the 260 could have popped up around about that stage, stayed unspotted. And what else have the enemy got? They've got Cobra, which was last seen on the other side of the map, and the Standard B, which we know has already taken out a tank on this side, so he's not that far away. There we go, some blind shots coming into the obvious bushes. Definitely makes it a hazard. Clock is ticking, but Pyro's team really getting very low on hit points. They need some spots. Ooh. Are they going for the corner there? But okay, so that's just definite doubt. Looking for positions where people are likely to be. Luckily, there's only one arty in the game, so you're going to get that about every 30 seconds. So here we go. The M4 pushing up, but no one really has shots on it. Just deciding, alright, well, the M4 is there and the Object 260 is roughly there. Does that mean there's anyone further down the line? So here he's pushing up here and actually getting spotting damage on the M4, taking him down to one shot. Now they've spotted now the Standard B, so they know he's down there. So that means Pyro can push up fairly comfortably up this line here. Again, we don't know where the Cobra is, but assuming he's standing off a bit. Can Pyro get a rear shot? Oh, there's the Cobra, so he's still on the other side of the map, or a bit closer. Pyro picking up some handy assisted damage here. Yeah, he's got to be careful if he fires, not to be spotted by the Cobra while he's doing that, or can he go further up and either find the arty, although I think the arty's on the other side, near the row alone, and then take out the Cobra from a different angle that he won't be expecting. Although Cobra knows he got spotted before, so that's going to be the trick. Can you spot him and fire without being spotted? That's what he's going to have to do. Right, they finally get rid of the M4. So last 2 minutes of the game now, but there's still 4 enemy to go, and finally they've got an advantage. Alright, they get another one down. The Standard B there, he's one-shottable. Pyro puts him back in the garage. And now it's just hunting down the Cobra and the M3, the M53, M55. Well, there's the Cobra. He knows he's spotted, but now triple bushed here. Puts a shot into him. Still take 2 shots to take him out. Cobra, pretty dangerous tank when he's loaded. So Pyro making sure he's not getting spotted as part of this. Cobra actually running away. Yeah, that's not going to work well for him. He does get spotted there. So Pyro pulls back to make sure he's not in the line of fire. Well, Pyro is still spotted. Can he get another shot in? Yes, he gets the kill. Now it's just the arty remaining, 1 minute and 27 seconds. They're not going to be able to cap this out, so I'll need to find the arty to get the win. So he's really got to cover the A1 position and make sure he's not in the corner, although from the last directions that's pretty unlikely and he would have moved. This would be too dangerous a spot to be in. But yeah, just covering the A1 position just in case. And CT Endeavour in there's TB1 heading off to the other side of the map. So they will be in communication, of course, on Discord. Keeping that going. 46 seconds to go. Oh, there's the M53 and Endeavour gets the kill. And that's the end of the game. Well, it really came down to the wire and a real turnaround. So congratulations, guys. Let's have a look at the results. So we've got 4.5k of direct damage and just under 4.9 of assisted damage there. So that's a great total there, over 9k of combined damage. He's managed 2 kills, but damaged so many tanks that he's earned the Confederate Award. Now he's only picked up a second-class mastery badge. Now I did dig into that, so let's have a look at the team score and then I'll give a bit of an explanation of that. So let's close that. All right, so he's finished on top with 1044 base experience, just ahead of the other Leopard one, Ting Tong's there, doing nearly 6k, so congratulations to that player. But 1044, so why is that second class? All right, so currently on the Asia server, first class mastery badge level is 1062, so it's just missed out on first class, and the Ace Tanker mastery badge is 1208, which is it's pretty much comparable with the other servers, but pretty high for a tier 10. So in any other tier 10, it's probably almost been Ace Tanker badge there. So a bit of bad luck that you've got a lot of good players playing that tank, I guess, is how that pans out. But nonetheless, yeah, some really good totals there. In fact, the T30 did 4.2. So this is all about that defensive capability of being pushed into a corner, but still having the visibility to shoot your targets. If you've got no visibility, then you're just going to get overrun pretty much. So first time you see the enemy, they're right in front of you and they can circle you, flank you, etc. So on the other side, the Object 260 player picked up 4k damage. The M4 3k, they're really the standouts there. The Kunzerpanzer 3k, but most look like sniping a fair bit. But some good play from both sides, really. It really was a tense game, quite to the end. All right, so what were the personal costs of this? So Pyro's finished up with 21 shots fired, 16 hits out of that, and 12 of those penetrated. Did fire a mix of ammunition, but he did also have premium consumables running. And as a result, even with some battle payments from the clan side, has made a loss, fairly small loss of 16k. But nonetheless, that's definitely supportable with a premium account. So great result there from Pyro. Hope you enjoyed the play there. We really managed to turn that result around from being in a pretty precarious position. So hopefully you've learned some lessons from that. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps bring that to more people's attention. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, we'd like you to consider that. We will have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.